Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay in the UFC aftermath. I got a little sick and I didn't have anything in the chamber, so I haven't been popping out videos, but I'm back fresher than ever. I can finally give my thoughts of UFC 319, the aftermath. Now, based off the predictions on the card, I got 3 out of 5 correct. I think it's better than last time. I think last time I only got 2 fights correct, so slight improvement on the predictions. But usually we start off with the bottom of the card. I think this time we switch things up. I think from now on we'll just start at the top of the card. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start off with Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. Damn. So I predicted Dricus to take this one, and boy was I wrong. Hamza kind of won that clearly. It was a dominant performance. He absolutely dominated DDP. I'm glad I made this video a bit later though, because my thoughts would have been a little bit different, because I was heated when I saw that fight. Because let's be honest, it was kind of boring. I have some criticism for both of the fighters. We'll start with DDP. My issue was the whole time he said that like they train for this, they want the wrestling, they invite Hamza to try and wrestle him, they're gonna wrestle with him. I don't feel like they trained for Hamza. It doesn't look like they trained or they prepared enough for Hamza. I kind of wish, and I don't know, I wasn't part of the camp, so I don't know who they had wrestling with them. From the footage I saw, I never really saw Dricus like struggling with wrestling. I wish they brought someone in that they knew Dricus has got no chance of wrestling this guy. Like the wrestling he's better than Dricus, and Dricus just got ragdolled, just so that he could know the pressure that Hamza's gonna put on you, and he could, through the whole camp, learn to deal with the pressure and to get out of the pressure. Because in this fight, if Dricus just got up a few times and landed a few shots, I think the fight is completely different. And the reason I say that is, if you look at the end of the fight when they're doing the press conference thing, Khamzat has like these little bruises on his face. Dricus barely hit him in the fight. If you've got that on your face, that means DDP's got some power in his shots, and he hit him with some really good shots. But there were so little shots, and every time he did crack him, Khamzat straight boom takedown. Okay, not enough of that. So that's my criticism of DDP for the fight. I wish they prepared more. I'm hearing that his coach is saying they want the turnaround, they want the rematch immediately. No, that's not gonna happen. We're not getting that again, because I don't think it's enough time for DDP to prepare for Khamzat Chimaev. We'll get into just now what I think who DDP should fight. Let's move on to the criticisms that I had for Hamza. Yes, did he dominate the whole fight? Yes. I just wish that killer instinct was there, because he played it extremely safe in this fight. It didn't look like he wanted to finish the fight. Like, I'll give you the example of the Whittaker fight. When he got Whittaker, he was throwing shots, big shots. He made Whittaker have to block the shot, and as soon as Whittaker did that, grabbed his neck. With Dricus, I just kind of felt like he was happy with just controlling the position. Like when he got him in the crucifix, like when you get someone in a crucifix, it should be game over, or he should leave the crucifix with a cut or bruised up or banged up. You should see like, oh yeah, you got him good. Like he's not gonna want to be in that crucifix again. I think he got fucking 3-4 crucifixes on Dricus, and no damage. Like visibly no damage. He just had him with these little point shots. It was like a boxer watching a Floyd Mayweather fight of his later career, when he just boxed for points. Yeah, I don't know. It's just disappointing, and it's boring. I hope it's just because he had some sort of fear of letting Dricus get up or whatever, and he didn't want to take risks. I hope that in these next fights he's going to bring that aggression and actually look for stuff to finish, and it's not just going to be the same throw down, lie on him, do the bare minimum and hit. A lot of people complain about the ref not standing them up. There were moments in the first 3 rounds that I thought, okay, maybe we could stand the fight up, then Hamza's not really doing anything. He started standing them up and like round 4 and 5, and those moments that he told him to stand up, I think was stupid, because Hamza was in a position where he was actually making moves, he was controlling. And I do think it's maybe because he was like, oh, okay, well, it's kind of a snooze fest. Let me try and see if I can, get them fighting again, or have some stand up in this fight. So yeah, the stand up, the calls over there to get them to stand up, I think were the wrong times to do it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the DDP and Hamza Chimaev fight. I thought it was a dominated fight. I kind of would like to see a little bit more from Hamza. I'd like to the old Hamza, like the one we just fucking saw against Whittaker. Look for the finish. Look for the sub. Look for a shot. I think his corner was even yelling at him when he had Dricus in one of the crucifix. Throw elbows. If your corner is telling you, throw the elbows, and you're just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. It's a risk. I'm just going to do pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. 500 strikes. I think he threw something like over 500 strikes, and only 27 was significant strikes. Okay, well, we're gonna get the focus back now. 27, that's fucking crazy. But anyway, what would I do next for them? Well, I think Hamzat is kind of like his matches already set up. It's going to be either Bavaglio or Imavov versus him. So that I think that's going to go. That's already like set up for him. I just hope he's going to be a champ that's going to fight often, because I don't think that's going to happen. I think Chimaev is going to fight like once a year, and I don't want to see that. I want an active champ. I feel like the UFC needs to tell champs, you need to fight 2-3 times a year minimum. Like this shit of one defense a year is fucking boring. You hold the whole division up, everyone sits waiting for something to happen. It's fucking boring. Let's get at least 2 defenses a year. But yeah, what happens with DDP? What do you do with DDP? I was gonna say the Riddler straight after the fight, but now they've booked him with Fluffy Hernandez, so can't do that fight. And now it's like, okay, what do we do with DDP? I mean, if you look over here, the rankings, where's the middleweight rankings? You could, if you want to, I was gonna say he needs to do a quick turnaround, right? If he does a quick turnaround, you're looking like a Strickland. That's a stupid fight to do a trilogy on. He's beat him twice. Adesanya, I just don't think you do that. Like, just to get a fight in there, I think it's stupid. And I think even Izzy doesn't want that fight. Then you got 8, who's Rob Whittaker. That's, again, a stupid rematch for DDP. You don't need to do that. And then you've got 9th, Brendan Allen. It's like, do we do that? It's such a risk for DDP to fight someone who's like 9th and 10th. Like 10th is MVP. Like why take that risk? It just doesn't make sense. You're number 1 ranked to go fight those guys. It's not going to get him a title shot. If anything, it's going to give the other guy a title shot or closer to a title shot if they win. So for Dricus, that just doesn't make any that doesn't make any sense. What I would do, I'm the UFC and I'm Dricus, I would wait for the Riddler and Hernandez fight to finish. The winner of that fight, I'd fight him. I think that's what Dricus should do, because if you beat that person, you're definitely next in line after the Imavov and Kaio fights Hamzat. So I would do that. I would just sit and wait for that result, and then say, oh, you want the winner, because you're not going to get a rematch. That's just not going to happen. Okay, let's move on to the co-main event of the evening. Before that, I'm gonna take a sip of my cool drink. Oh, talking so much, man, my throat went dry. But anyway, Leon Murphy versus Aaron Pico. And wow, put some respect on Murphy, because I got this one right. Everyone is saying, oh, Aaron Pico, he's so good, he's so good. He's gonna dominate Murphy. Let's make Murphy such a massive underdog. Yeah, Murphy knocked his ass out. That was one of the most impressive knockout wins ever. Pure domination. Got that one right. I'm happy for Murphy. People need to put some respect on his name. And Pico is talking about, oh, I'm gonna get a title shot after this. Yeah, 100% I'm getting a title shot. If you were gonna give Pico a title shot, Murphy getting a title shot. That's what's next for Murphy. Murphy's getting a title shot. And even Volk was like, see you in December. And I would love to see that in December. I think Volk has been waiting and like wanting to fight for a while now. His opponents just keep getting like pushed around and moved around and injured, and events kept getting cancelled and shit like that. So I think Volk really wants to fight, and Murphy took like no damage. To do it December, that makes sense. Okay, let's move on. What do you do with Pico? Yeah, that's actually I forgot about Pico. I don't even know what you do with. I think you got to do something like what they did with Kai, right? You got to give him someone low on the ranks. Like, the thing is, like, this division is so stacked right now. I don't know who the hell you put him against. You could go Giga. I think Giga is fighting someone soon. Who's Giga fighting? Giga is fighting, I think. Oh yeah, Onama at a fight night. I saw that. David Onama, who's 13th. I don't know. Maybe you give him Dan Ige. Dan Ige is 14th ranked in the division. We just gave Pitbull Dan Ige. So maybe you do that too. Give the Bellator guys fucking Dan Ige. Because let's be honest, if you beat Dan Ige, then there's a case for you to be in the UFC. Because Pitbull did that. Now he's 11th. He's going on his ascent now. So yeah, maybe give him Dan Ige. If you can beat Dan Ige, then you kind of show that maybe you do belong here a little bit, because Dan Ige is a tough motherfucker. That's a good test. So yeah, maybe make that one next for Pico. If he loses that one, PFL maybe, because of 13-6. Yeah, maybe the PFL. Then we have the next fight was, well, the previous fight to that was Jeff Neal versus Pratis. I'm telling you, they have back-to-back spitting elbow knockouts. Pratis started off and then went to Murphy. Murphy did the same thing. Crazy. Now Pratis wants to fight, and there's apparently a Fight Night Brazil coming up soon. Pratis wants to take that fight over there, and he called out Leon Edwards. Now Edwards is also in a weird position in that division. He's kind of like stuck. Like a lot of the guys have either fought them or like Bradley, lost to Brady. I almost said Bradley, Brady. And he's high up on the rankings. I think that's a fun fight. If Leon wins that fight against Pratis, then he kind of proves like, yo, I'm back in this title picture. Throw me up in the mix, because that division is hot right now. The welterweight division is hot. Obviously, we need to see Jack versus Islam. Then we can see that the title contenders move up. But I think give Pratis what he wants, man. He took the Ian Gary fight on short notice. Well, he didn't take that fight on short notice. He accepted Ian Gary on short notice. He's learned from that fight. He absolutely dominated Jeff Neal. I think give him Leon Edwards. MVP did say he'll take the fight against Pratis. MVP needs to just stick to a goddamn weight class. Like, stay in middle class. You're ranked 10th in middle class, in middleweight. We don't need you going down to welterweight to fight Pratis. And then he beats Pratis, and it's just like, oh, fucking great. You beat one of the guys that we're trying to promote up. So no, MVP stay there. You're like 2 fights away from potentially getting a title shot. Just stay there. We'll talk about MVP now. Moving to MVP. So yeah, Protes. What do you do with Jeff Neal? I don't know, man. I don't even know what you do with Jeff Neal. Let's see the rankings. Let's see the rankings here. Before we move on to MVP, what are their welterweights? Jeff Neal. Is there anyone coming up that Jeff Neal could fight? And Gabriel Bonfeur maybe? Tess Bonfeur. That could be a fun fight. Gabriel Bonfeur versus Jeff Neal. I feel like if you beat Jeff Neal, then you've also kind of like, alright, you can hang here. You can hang here. Jeff Neal's a tough motherfucker. He's fucking good. Okay, let's move on to the MVP fight versus Jared Cannonier. Kind of went this fucking the way I thought it was gonna go. MVP was gonna style on him, kind of get that decision victory, and then Jared was just gonna try and do something and try and get the finish. But yeah, I heard a lot of people online say Jared versus Brendan Allen should be Jared's next fight. I kind of agree with that. A lot of people say Jared will win that fight. I'm not sure. I back Jared, but I don't know about Brendan. I don't know what the skill gap there is, but that could be a good fight. I'll back that one. MVP now. Let's go to MVP. Let's see these rankings here. Now MVP, like I said, is like 2 fights away, potentially, of getting a title shot. Now, who do you put MVP against? I've got 3 options for him. 3 in this division, because everyone else is like booked or they're kind of in a weird spot. My number 1 pick would be Sean Strickland. I think that would be such a fun fight. 2 strikers. Sean's going to keep coming forward. MVP's going to want him to come forward so that he can style on him. I think that's just a sick fight. Does Strickland take it? I don't know. If MVP takes that fight, beats Strickland, he's in the mix. He's in the title mix. Does he get a title shot from that? I don't know. I don't think he would. But it puts him right up there. It puts him 3rd. And it's a fun fight. That's such a fun fight. I would love to see that fight. The next one, which I don't think he's going to take it, is him versus Izzy. That would be fireworks. But they're friends, so they don't really want to. I heard something that I think it was, they asked MVP about it, and I don't know where the statement came from because I just saw a picture of it, and he apparently said he would do it if the UFC throw a bag at them. Like, he wants money. Like, that's the only way he's gonna fight Izzy, if they get a bag for it. Which I don't think we're gonna get that fight. I don't think the two of them will really want to fight each other. I think sparring is a different thing than actually like having to beat your friend. But anyway, if that fight don't happen and Strickland doesn't want to take that fight, the only other one I can see that could be fun, you could get MVP to want to sign for, is Rob Whittaker. I think that would be a fun fight too. Whittaker is just lost to the Riddler, but I mean that's a fun fight too. I think Whittaker and Page is such a good fight too. That's who I would set MVP up with next. One of the 3, because this division is hot right now. Everyone is fighting for positions for title shots. And MVP can get himself into that mix too. That's what I would do. That's like my 3 fights that I would suggest for MVP. Now we go into the last fight of the main card, and that's Tim Elliott versus Kai Asakura. Kai Asakura cost me fucking money. Oh man, yeah, backed Kai, and Tim Elliott's shown that there's levels, and he's not ready. I don't know what you do with Kai Asakura. Oh man, like I even said it in my prediction, and multiple people said it too. They were like, it's a setup fight. It's a setup fight for Kai to get into the win column. Yeah, they just fucking proved that that's not the goddamn case. It's Kai's not even ranked anymore. Like that, they unranked him because of that fight. I don't know if they released him or not. But if Kai's still part of the UFC, I didn't see anything or anything get released. fucking give him Charles Johnson, who's just got ranked, because you get your 15 back. Get your 15 back, because fucking hell, I don't know what you can do. If he loses another fight in the UFC, then you gotta cut him, because then he's gotta go back to Risen and get his belt back there, because he's just not on the UFC level then. He looked bad in that fight though. Like, I thought he did win the first two. I thought round one was very close. I gave him the first 2 rounds, but to get caught with that fucking choke is... Tim Elliott, what do you do with Tim? I don't know what you do with Tim though. I was gonna say Tagir, but I think they've already fought. I don't know if Tim can make a little run up the division. I don't know if that's his plans. Maybe give him someone who's like on the lower ranks. I don't think you give him Steve. Steve's ranked 11 right now. I think Steve Usyk will probably fight like someone like Alex Perez, or maybe he fights. No, I think he'll probably fight someone slightly ahead of Tim. Maybe you give him Bruno Silva. Test Bruno a bit. I mean, Tim Shelley's still got a fucking goofy style though, but he showed he can still hang there. Okay, well that's gonna be the UFC aftermaths. We talked about the fights. What would I give this card? Like, rate this card out of 10. I think it was like a 7. I think the Asakura fight was good, and Elliott fight was good. Just a little disappointed at Asakura, but you can't dog the event for that. The next 3 fights I thought were absolute bangers. That they were really good. And then the Dricus fight and Hamzat fight, I was expecting a little bit more. But overall, I think it was good. I think the main event does downgrade the ranking for the card, because if Hamzat just went for a finish or looked to finish the fight, then yeah, you're looking at probably like an 8.5 out of 10, because then you could have been like, oh my god, he ragdolled him and he finished him. But yeah, he's just kind of going for that decision victory. That's like, let me get my belt and then we'll see what happens after that. But anyway, that's going to be the UFC 319 aftermath, and we'll see what happens in 320. That looks very, very good right now. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.